Over the last several days, I have thrown a lot at you. And so today we're going to talk about what the heck do you do with all of this? Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys the same checklist that I used for myself back in 2018. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to take the 15 pieces of content exercise that you've already done and create an infinite number of other pieces of content from that. So we're going to take this training today in two parts, okay? The first part's not going to take that long. I'm literally going to give you guys the same checklist that I used for myself back in 2018, and I assure you it is still relevant today, because if I didn't create a daily checklist for myself, I would waste so much time on social media. And think about this. Does this resonate with you that you are spending 4 to 6 hours a day on social media and you're not exactly sure what you should be doing in order to do any money generating activities? You feel like you're posting a lot of stuff and you're not getting anything in return. Here's the deal. I did this checklist whenever I still had a full-time job, okay? Back in April of 2018 is when I started my business. And by November of 2018, just literally 7, 8, 9 months later, I'm not going to do the math in my head, just several months later, I was literally able to walk in, and I never forget, it was actually after the Thanksgiving holiday in 2018, I went in and gave my job a 1-month notice. I loved my job. It was very bittersweet to leave my job. I had worked almost 20 years in television. I absolutely loved everything about my job, but my job was actually costing me money because I did this checklist. By doing this checklist, from April until June, just 2 months, I was able to book out my very first agency, which was doing ads for brick and mortar businesses in Phoenix, Arizona. That was with a 2-month period of doing this exercise. I had booked out my agency. By August, after launching a beta program, a group coaching program, because I couldn't take on any more agency clients, so I took on 20 group coaching clients to try out a beta of a done with you type program, sold it out in 2 Facebook Lives, guys, doing this exact same checklist. And then in November, launched my $7 program, sold it 400 times with just 3 or 4 Facebook Lives over a weekend, okay? This checklist is very powerful. This is the same checklist my private clients are still using. And you're going to see as I'm going through this why it's so powerful, and a lot of you guys are going to look at some of this stuff and say, well, I'm doing that. But I'm going to show you the black holes in where so many people go wrong when they try to execute some of these very same things, okay? So task number 1, you guys are going to roll your eyes at me, but I'm going to show you guys where you're going wrong. Task number 1. So this is going to be your daily checklist. Get out a pen, get out a paper. There's something magical that happens when you physically write things down. Okay? Physically write this down. Task number 1. This is what I want you to do every single day for the next 90 days. Task number 1. Go to one of your 10 Facebook groups where your ideal clients are hanging out. Yeah, I know you tried this before, but here's where you're going wrong, okay? The first little thing that I want to tell you guys is what I like to do is I like to go to Facebook groups where people have already invested something, whether it's a lot of time or money. So for instance, my ideal clients are people who want to book more calls. Most of them use something that's called an application funnel or a webinar funnel. Where could I go hang out where people are building funnels? Yes, ClickFunnels was one of my favorite places to hang out, but the ClickFunnels group has gotten it's kind of grown out of the quality of leads. Let me just say that. But I'm going to go to Kartra. I'm going to go to Kajabi. I'm going to go where people have already invested something into their business. Nowadays, I hang out in Facebook groups owned by Dan Henry, where people have had a significant investment. I hang out in groups like Joel Irway. Yes, I had to pay to get into them. I'm not saying you have to pay to get into them, but as you get more sophisticated at this strategy, it's going to be pay to play. You are going to be like, when I hang out in Dan Henry's group, I know everyone has paid $10,000 to be there. Joel Irway's group, everyone has paid several $1,000s to be in there. Okay. Now I do go and buy a lot of $27 and $37 offers so that I can get access to a paid Facebook group. Okay. Now, if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of budget, just think, what are some of the free groups where your clients have invested something? Okay. Like for me, Kajabi, Kartra, Samcart. I'm probably going to go hang out. Funnel Gorgeous. I'm probably going to go hang out in those Facebook groups where people are trying to build funnels. Okay. Now, here are the two places where people are going wrong. And I'm actually going to show you guys what this looks like. Okay. And a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh God, I'm making that mistake. Okay. Step one, use the search to find relevant questions where you can be the expert. Okay. Every single Facebook group has a search function. Use it in questions where you can be the expert. Don't just go to the first 10 last questions that were asked. That's what I see so many people do. Second, give thorough advice, not half-assed. I'll show you an example. In a Facebook group, okay, this is how everyone answered a very cool question, okay? Has anyone converted their personal Facebook profile into a business profile? Do I lose my personal profile, or is it just a copy and turns my friends into likes? Facebook problems. Look how everyone else answered the question. Very short. There's somehow links, but it runs as didn't give that person much help, right? Check out how I answered the question. Look at this. I gave a very thorough and descriptive strategy to solve this person's problem. What do you think happened whenever I posted this in as an answer to that question? Now remember, if you go back to video number 1, I tell you the 5-second rule. All of these people who are visiting this Facebook group and this particular post, they're going to be like, who's this Laurel Portie person? I'm going to go check out her profile. And within five seconds, even today, right? If I go here and I go to my profile, 5-second test, what are they going to find? Ooh, what should your cost per lead be over the last? Ooh, this looks like a really good value video. Oh, she's an ads ninja. She runs the best $7 ads program for coaches. Ooh, I'm going to watch this video. Wow, she went through the process. Wow. This is something I probably would have paid for. Let me dig into more of her content. Oh, this is super valuable. Okay, you see what I mean, guys? Within 5 seconds, if someone comes and does a surprise pop in on my profile, I want to make sure that I always have a super high value piece of content at the top. As a matter of fact, Facebook now lets you pin posts. So I'm probably going to pin that one because this one is truly a very valuable post. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. That's what you should be doing every single day. Going into 10 Facebook groups and adding value and also adding people, because remember, no one's going to get mad if they go and check out my profile and they're like, wow, this girl gives a massive amount of value. I am going to accept her friend request. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Once you start doing this for several months, Facebook's going to start actually delivering your ideal clients right in the way of suggested friends. If it sees you adding a certain type of person as a friend, it's going to go and find more people just like that. And so that is how you can get a massive amount of traffic to your Facebook profile. Okay. This is how you get a massive amount of traffic to your Facebook profile. Okay. So that is step number 1. Okay. Step number 2. Remember, this is a daily checklist. We want to do this every single day. Okay. Task number 2, outline a Facebook Live video for you to do tomorrow. Hack. I mentioned this hack inside my power content training. I think it was day 3. Store your 15 pieces of content exercise on Post-it notes with your headline, promise of value, CTA written on them. Include 3 bullet points, okay? Stick it on your wall. That way when you wake up the next day, you're ready to go live. Task number 3, spend some time in your newsfeed. Go and comment on posts from potential clients who are in your niche. Do this for 10 minutes. By the way, guys, this entire checklist should take you less than an hour to execute every single day. Because remember, I had a full-time job. We have to make a plan and stick to the plan. Otherwise, you're going to spend 4 to 6 hours on social media just spinning your wheels. Go and comment on posts from potential clients who are in your niche. Add value. Okay? They're going to get to know you. Okay? Go and add value. Next thing you're going to do is go live with the video that you planned yesterday. Task number 5, deliver the cheat sheets to people who are asking for them. Reminder, follow my 2-step conversation framework. This one's fun. This is the last one, but important. Task number 6, this is going to keep our content in the newsfeed for months at a time. It is called the resurrection strategy. Okay? So what I do is I go and I find a video or a post that was doing really, really well. I do this quite frequently. I'll just pretend like this. Now I did this on October 25th. Today's December 15th. This is going to knock this video right back to the top of my newsfeed. And I'm just going to say, because this one had a checklist that I said, so I'm just going to say, did I get everyone the checklist? Boom. Now it is going to get thrown back on top of the newsfeed. And now people are going to see this video again. And then tomorrow you guys are going to be able to check and see, because someone in this, so what I often do is I'll leave someone out, not purposely, but usually accidentally. And so someone's going to be like, I didn't get that checklist. And then another person's going to say, hey, I want that checklist. And then this is going to go viral again. Okay. I call that the resurrection strategy. As a matter of fact, one of my students deemed it the resurrection strategy during that first beta group program that I did. So this is it. 6 tasks. 6 tasks, guys. Next thing we're going to cover. Do this every day. Do all of this every day, no exceptions. Watch how your business will be completely different in 90 days. Okay. Let's have some fun. Part 2, the content flywheel. This is how we can use the same content topics we've already created and have an infinite number of pieces of content. I am going to give credit where credit is due. My awesome mentor, Nick Peterson, taught me both of these exercises that I am about to show you. Okay. If you guys notice, most of my videos cover 2 things over and over and over again. 1, the use of videos, and 2, the use of cheap ads. So how am I able to have an infinite number of videos talking about those 2 topics over and over again? Well, I'm glad that you asked. The first thing that we're going to go over is something that Nick calls the trust profile. It says that different people consume content through different preferences or lenses. For example, I'll show you guys what this looks like. My $5 a day power content strategy. So let's say that this is the topic in my 15 pieces of content. Okay. Again, assuming that people consume content through different preferences and lenses, some people prefer actionable content. Some people prefer analytical content. Some people prefer anthropological content, and some aspirational, meaning some people like how-to videos and they consume only how-to videos. Some people love data-driven videos. Some people love videos that cover human behavior And some people like videos that tell stories. So now we can create the same piece of content through 4 different lenses so that we can reach 4 different types of people with the same content. I'll show you how that works. So the actionable would be how to execute my $5 a day power content strategy, right? So that would be one video. The analytical, some people will want to see the data, okay? So if I were to say that they want to look at the data, how I signed on 10 new clients spending only $20 on ads. And then I would go through the actual process of how I use this $5 strategy, but I will go into the numbers, the data, show them my ads manager, right? Show them the conversions. Anthropological, human behavior, okay? I can talk about why most experts poo-poo my $5 a day power content strategy and talk about why many experts are reading too much into the data and not paying attention to the audience building aspect of this strategy, and why most of them behave in this way because they have a direct response brain versus a brand awareness brain. Okay, that's anthropological. Why do people behave the way that they do? And why are some of you guys going to really dig this strategy? Aspirational. How Anthony was able to book out 6 high ticket, book his first 6 high ticket clients using power content. I would tell the story of how one of my very first premium students, Anthony, was able to use the power content strategy to book his first 6 high ticket clients. Aspirational. I'm going to tell the story. Okay. So now, most of you guys probably framed out your 15 pieces of content as an actionable thing. Now you can turn each of those into 4 totally different pieces of power content. So now, instead of having 15 pieces of content, you now have 60. And you can keep doing this. There are very many different ways that you can make this analytical. Aspirational will give you an infinite enough amount because as you get more clients, you're going to be able to tell more stories of the same thing. The next exercise is one of my favorites, and I love using this belief builder exercise, especially in my retargeting ads, okay? Now, just so you guys know, I am going to do a bonus workshop. If you guys are watching this in 2023, that bonus workshop is going to be located right directly underneath this video. If you're watching this live training, just know, TBA, I am going to let you guys know when this live workshop is going to be, and I'm going to show you guys how to scale this entire 7-day strategy utilizing $5 and $2 ads, okay? Just for right now, I want you guys to understand that this belief builder exercise is something that I love to use for middle of funnel. What I mean by middle of funnel is I love using this belief builder exercise for people who have already been exposed to my offer, whether I'm doing it organically or whether I'm doing it with paid ads. Like, let's say that I did this power content video on Monday and I start to get a lot of objections to this $5 a day power content strategy, okay? I'm going to pull out this belief builder exercise and I am going to meet my audience where they are, okay? So their objections. Now, here's the thing, okay? I know a lot of salespeople like to say, you need to bust objections. here's what happens if you just bust objections, okay? So let's say, I'm going to make this very, very simple. So let's say that you have a fitness offer and you are on a call with a woman who says she does not have time to go to the gym. And you just bust her objection and you say, your family's going to understand because you're investing in yourself. And the more that you invest in yourself, your family's going to enjoy having you have more energy and all of that stuff. Like, you have to do this for yourself, right? Put yourself first. Here's the thing. If that woman ends up buying a fitness program and she has to go to the gym and you have not met her at her false belief, you just busted a whole bunch of objections, what's going to happen is she's going to give you money, but she will not get results because you have not eliminated her false belief. You have just busted objections and convinced her to buy something that she does not believe will work for her. So I'll give you an example. So let's say I don't have time to go to the gym, okay? We plug this into this belief builder. That's the false belief. She believes that she doesn't have time to go to the gym. Well, what is the experience that gave her that belief? Kid kicked and screamed last time she tried. So maybe the experience that gave her that belief was last time she attempted to go to the gym, her kid kicked and screamed and said, "Mommy, please don't go, please don't go." And so the story that she tells herself, if she goes to the gym, her child will start to hate her, right? So the story she keeps telling herself is, if I go to the gym, God, my child is going to think I don't love them. My child's going to think, and they're going to hate me. Oh my gosh. And then they're going to tell the grandparents that I'm going to the gym and taking time away. And the grandparents are going to think I'm a horrible mother. Do you see how, like, people just, the story they tell themselves goes over and over in her head? But what if, right, the person or client's story will crush that false belief? So maybe tell a story about Amy. She had the same problem. Here's how we pulled her family in on the first coaching call and explained what would happen, right? So now, right, we're busting that false belief. I don't have time to the gym. So maybe we tell the story about Amy, who was having the same issue. And this is through a piece of content. This is through the piece of power content. So we talk about Amy, who had the same problem. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to pull in your family in on your fitness journey. And we're going to explain to them how they're actually going to get more time with you, and your kids are going to spend more time with you because you're going to have more energy. And so we're going to make them a guarantee that mommy over the next 30 days is going to be at the gym. But after 30 days, she's going to be able to spend an additional 30 minutes a day with you because now she has the energy to do so. Now we handled that false belief, and we told her about this other client who had the same problem and assured her that we had a solution to fix it. Now we've handled her false belief. We did not just bust her objection, we handled her false belief. For me, right, if we take this same one right here, the $5 a day power content strategy, someone's going to say, false belief, Facebook ads cost a fortune, right? What's the experience that gave them this belief? They worked with a coach who set them up with a webinar ad strategy that cost $5,000 and got no results with the ad spend. Okay. So maybe that's something that happened, right? This happens honestly a lot of times in my They worked with a coach who set them up with a webinar ad strategy that cost $5,000 to run and got no results with the ad spend. So they literally spent $5,000, and then that coach told them that they didn't spend enough, that they need to spend $5,000 more, right? And so the story that they tell themselves is that I cannot afford to do Facebook ads because I need to spend money on bills and family, right? If I just sat there and bust that objection, right? Facebook ads cost a fortune, and I did not explain, right, all of the rest of this. They worked with a coach. I cannot do Facebook ads. They're going to log into my training, and they're just going to sit there, and they're just going to be like, too scared to push that button. They're going to be too scared to push that button. I have to get them over that false belief. So then I can tell them about Anthony, who brought in his first 6 high-ticket clients using $5 a day video ads called power content. So now, if this person who has this false belief that Facebook ads cost a fortune now has a story of how this person with these same 2 experiences were able to run low-cost Facebook ads and bring in high-ticket clients, okay? So these are 2 very, very fun exercises. This right here will give you an infinite amount because Facebook ads cost a fortune. I can come up with another, right? I could say the same thing. So like if I go Facebook ads cost a fortune, I can say, watched a training where Russell said he spends $100K a month on his ads, right? So the story tells themselves, who am I to be spending that kind of money, right? Story they tell themselves, who am I to be spending that kind of money? I'm not as big as Russell. Shouldn't be doing ads. Ads are way too expensive. I mean, Russell Brunson spends $100,000 a month, right? Then I come in right here and I talk about Maria, who sold 12 seats into her program the first week of running her $5 power content. And I could go on and on and on using the exact same topic, okay? So you've got your checklist, okay? You got your checklist. You've seen the difference between how everyone answered the question and how I answered the question, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean up this for you. And I'm just going to give you this checklist underneath this video. And I'm going to actually give you guys this copy. And so all you're going to need to do is make a copy of this and use it. There you go. So I'm going to gift you guys this cheat sheet. I'm going to put it underneath this video inside my $7 program as a resource. And guys, like I said, I'm going to be doing a bonus on how I'm going to help you scale all of this, right? Because remember, in day 1, we talked about a solvable problem, right? How do we do it with less risk, right? All this week, we have been talking about how to organically get you guys your solvable problem. Once we have way too many conversations that we're having organically and we're posting a lot and we have enough clients and now we want to do less effort, the bonus video Like I said, if you're watching this inside the $7 program, it's going to be underneath this video. If you're watching it in 2023, it's going to be under this video. If you're watching this live, just know I'm going to announce the bonus live training where I'm going to show you guys how to transition from less risk into the least amount of effort while still adhering to the least amount of risk, okay? Because remember, we want to go less risk, less effort, most options. We want to be able to expand this to other platforms, but we cannot do that until we micro step out of least amount of risk. Least amount of risk is gaining clients organically, okay? Bonus training is going to talk about how to do this with the least amount of effort. Hope you guys got a lot of value for watching this on YouTube. Please, please, please drop me a comment below this video. Tell me what you got out of it. It helps the algorithm find more people who will enjoy this video. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the last 7 days. I've enjoyed all of the time that I've been spending with you guys, and I cannot wait to see what the next year holds for us. And I can't wait to see where your business is in the next 90 days. Because remember, this is not just a 7-day challenge. We want to make sure that we are doing this every single day for the next 90 days. I cannot wait to see the 90-day results. I'll see you guys then.